Peace, love, and light, my beautiful people. How are you guys doing today? I am back with another informational video. I've been missing you guys, of course. I've been working, busy, but it's okay because I'm back. Anywho, let's jump straight into this video. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to touch on when it comes to this particular speech or whatnot, but let's just hope that nothing messes up on my laptop. If it does, then you will be getting a part 2. That's if something goes wrong, but let's just hope, for the greatest good, that everything, corresponds and is copacetic. Anyways, let me jump straight into it, guys, because I had to come show you guys this video. But anyways, yeah, peace, love, and light. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's jump straight into it. So let me on it, being that you did just tune in. So this was somebody in California who was recording the skies, and it was a thundery type of sky, as you can see right here. And then out of nowhere, actually, if you take a look, you can see some ships, flying through it. But it just looks like, if you're a normal person who does sky, she just, I guess whoever this is recording, they just recorded, this like lightning thundery sky, and then it would turn red whenever it pretty much lit up. So this is what I had to bring to you guys' attention, because this is what is implemented or embedded in the cities. So let me show you again. Can you see what this is? I'm gonna see if I can pause it. Like, this is what's sitting behind these fake clouds. This. What do you have to say about this, guys? How do you feel about this? What is it that you may, what's your interpretation on it? When I first seen this, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, these things are literally sitting in plain sight, but they can only block it so much, They can only try to hide it so much until it's then visible. So, like, I'm gonna play this a couple of times, but it's the fact that this is it's plain clear as day. You feel me? And it's like it's happening, just right here. And I wanted to point out to you guys that this could be from the fires of California. Like I mentioned, this was in California, so this could possibly be from the fires. The red skies could be from the everlasting fires of Cali, but that does not verify or make it okay for whatever this is to be just sitting where it is, how it is. So like I said, this has yet to sit comfortable with me, and I don't know how to feel about it. And it's just I was doing some research behind it, so I kind of know what it is now, which I have to show you guys. Okay, last time before we jump into this, so let me just keep it here. Now listen, guys, this is what's been going on. As you guys know, we are in the dark ages, which is going to be approximately 7 to 12 years of a process. This is not going to be a super fast yet, slow. It's not going to be slow, but it's not going to be super, overnight, like the whole December 21st, people thought that something was going to happen physically, but it was spiritually. So this is that whole type of thing. This is the dark ages. We are in dark times now, and it's going to be a dark summer. This is why the skies and the sun is the way that it is now. This is why you feel the way that you do, which I will show you and tell you. So the dark ages are here. This is why some people are also mentioning the zombies and how people are going to start, showing their true characteristics, pretty much acting weird, or being somebody who just doing stuff that you yourself will be like, you'll find it weird, you'll find it odd, but that's who they are. This is the time of revealing, so a lot of people are going to be showing who they truly are. So by that being said, there has been a something has taken place where energetic, lower vibrational beings that have embedded themselves through portals into 7 cities. Now, I'm not gonna say 7 cities only, because who am I to say that there's only these entities or these beings in these particular cities only. But to my knowledge, these 5 different cities, which is Atlanta, Miami, Los Angeles, Chicago, Philadelphia, these entities have embedded themselves through portals to these cities, into these cities, to furthermore usurp energy, and then carry out the pretty much pandemic of lower vibrational beings, lower vibrational acts, lower vibrational thoughts. So a way of being is going to be very low, being because of these deities, and they have came here through portals, and now we are in trouble. And this is why these times are very, very, very critique, and they are pretty much important. So this is why sometimes you may feel like you're getting headaches. This is why you may feel like you're super tired, sick. Sometimes you can go to sleep and then you wake up and you'll still be tired. And I'm one of them. Like, these things can really have an effect on us as highly vibrational beings. So let's backtrack a little bit. If this is making, somebody who's taking care of themselves feel some type of way, imagine how it's going to take place with somebody who's not taking care of themselves, who's not eating right, who's not exercising, who's not in tune. How do you think this is going to affect those type of people? And this is where the zombies come out into play, and this is where the people who've been vaccinated come out into play, because they have been implemented with these nanotechnologies, which are not only within but on the skin, because they have been sprayed in the skies. So it's like all of this poison and destruction that is not only trying to be forced within us, but also around us in our skies, and they are usurping energy and pretty much absorbing all greatness, all goodness, and leaving people dry and empty. So that's where you're going to see people for who they truly are. So if you have been vibrating higher, like I mentioned, if you have been taking care of yourself, exercising, eating right, doing all the things that you need to do to be who you need to be or where you need to be, I'm not going to say you don't have anything to worry about, but it's not going to take a toll on you as much as it's going to, affect the people who hasn't been taking care of themselves. So yeah, we'll get the symptoms of being tired, like me, myself. You're fine that you're tired. You're always, maybe some people get like body aches and body sicknesses or motion sickness. Sometimes you just feel like off for no reason. It's because there is a energetic war going on, as above, so below. So just because there is something, just because there is a spiritual battle doesn't mean there's going to be a physical war down here as well. So you guys should really, 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 really think about that. So that's why we are in dark ages, and this is why everything is coming to the forefront, because any and everything is being exposed at this particular time. And that's why it is so important to stay in tune, to detox yourself. I am not perfect at all, and I'm not gonna just sit here and act like I am just super clean. Everything that I eat, everything that I do is just super clean, and I'm just so pure and perfect. I try. I'm human. I do what I gotta do. I take care of myself, but I'm not perfect, and that's what counts. So if you, like I mentioned, if you are taking steps, because a step is going to lead to destiny. If you are taking steps to get there, you don't necessarily have anything to worry about. I'm not saying kick your feet up and don't worry about anything, because there is a food shortage, there is a water shortage, there is gas shortage, as you guys may know, which I will be getting into in a second. But these times are, the age of revealance, the age of, darkness. So not necessarily like, I don't want to say not necessarily like a war zone type of thing, but it's a war zone type of thing. So it's going to be a lot of coming from behind the curtain type of thing. So yeah, stuff like this is going to be revealed to you in plain sight, and it is going to shock you. Like the video I had that I posted my last video, I showed you how the matrix is glitching, how you have objects or airplanes, cars, and even people, they're starting to glitch because this matrix is crumbling. And if you have previously experienced it, it is real. Things are actually starting to, come to the forefront. You are going to start seeing things, and things are going to be revealed to you for what it truly is. This is why some people that you may, previously have been with, is not, you see another side of them. Everything is going to come to the forefront. But yeah. So this nanotechnology that they're spraying in the skies, all these chemtrails, everything that they do to cover up the sun, the jets that you see that releases this smoke, this thick smoke that eventually turns into dark, cloudy, clouds. It's not only just trying to block the sun, but it's actually poisoning us through, the way that we breathe. So being that we have to breathe, it's actually intoxicating us, and through our skin, which is what I was mentioning earlier, the nanotechnology sprayed in the skies to furthermore disable us. And it actually disables our discipline to then trigger us to eat junk food and have these cravings that we usually don't eat because we take care of ourselves. We watch what we eat. We try to vibrate on higher foods. When you vibrate on higher foods, you vibrate high. So you may notice sometimes you feel the need to eat junk food, snack on stuff that you don't usually do that. So that's because it's a time where they're coming for the mental. Of course, they're coming for the internal physique of our bodies. So this is a time for awareness. So I feel like I don't know what to think about this. It's very crazy to me, and it's kind of mind blowing because it's like this is sitting behind clouds, and you would have never known. Just looking up, walking to your car. Would you have ever thought there was something right there? Just looking at the clouds. I mean, if you're looking with your third eye, you may be able to say, there's something not right about those clouds right there. That's different. But like I mentioned, for a normal person who just so happens to look up, they're not expecting any of this to be sitting behind these clouds. And it's just very crazy because these are the things that are usurping energy and draining human beings, including us, to be lower vibrational, to think on a lower vibe, to perform and to react on a lower level of being. So that's something you guys definitely want to look out for and stay aware. If your mind or your mentality is seemingly becoming altered or triggered or even like distorted in a sense, you have to have that discipline. This is why I say it is time to detox. It is time to, reiterate some things, kind of try to redirect your life a little bit, because there's spiritual parasites now here on earth that have been incarnated through portals. They have traveled through portals, embedded in these different cities, maybe even close to you, who are triggering and basically trying its best to furthermore deactivate and kill us off. Simple. So let me show you something else that I did want to point out to you guys. Let me see.
If anything kills over 10 million
I want you guys to
people
take a look at this
in the next few decades.
If anything kills over 10 million people in the next few decades.
By the way, this is Bill Gates. Some of you guys may or may not know, this is Bill Gates. I think, to be honest, this is my first time actually seeing him. I've heard a lot about him. I'm not even gonna lie, but this is my first time seeing him and doing my research on him and hearing him out for.
Kills over 10 million people
so I did want you guys
in the
to
next few decades.
If
It's most
anything
likely to be a
kills over
highly
10 million
infectious
people
virus
in the
rather
next
than a
few
war.
decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus rather than a war.
Okay. So I wanted you guys to hear that, and just to let you guys know, this interview or this presentation that he, directed was I believe this was done in 2016. Now, there's a guy that I also will be showing you. He did an interview with Bill Gates, and he pretty much asked him something that I wanted you guys to furthermore look into, because these people, they pretty much, hold on. This guy is the type of guy that I have picked up on kind of very quickly. He's a sesquipedalian type of guy. And if you guys don't understand, if you aren't too familiar with that word, it basically means, that person who uses big words or, foreign words to furthermore sound smarter, to have you to, not kind of overlook their message, their overall message, or to furthermore not necessarily understand what they're talking about. He's the type of guy to say, I want to blow up the world by using huge scientific words, to furthermore have every and anybody overlook what he said and not even understand what he's saying. I hope you guys are following me when I say that, but that's what I picked up on him. That's what he gives me. Like, he'll say something and he'll have intentions to this, but the way that he said it, you'll be thinking, oh, I have no idea what he's talking about, yet he sounds smart, so I'm gonna continue to listen. He's like that type of person, and I don't know, you kind of gotta break down what he's saying. And like I always say, watch people with your third eye. Like, stop untap from this the feminine, which is the mind, and tap into the divine, which is your heart. So feel what people are trying to say, and feel what they're intending, basically. So what I picked up on is that this guy is everything that I've been hearing about. I'm not gonna say, well, you know what, let me not say everything, but I can see why people have been saying the things that they have been saying about him. So yeah, let me pull this back one more time, and then we're gonna get into
10
what I
million
want to
people
speak on.
Feeling that
It's
comes
most
on something
likely
like this,
to be
saying, I told you
10
so.
million
If
people.
anything
Sorry,
kills
guys.
over 10 million
Feeling that
people
comes on something
in the
like
next
this,
few
saying, I told you
decades,
so.
it's most
If
likely
anything
to be a
kills
highly
over 10
infectious
million
virus
people
rather
in the next few decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus
Rather than a war. Okay, so basically what he was predicting, and people find it so amusing, yet they are overlooking it, is that he called that there would be a pandemic or epidemic that would pretty much wipe out, quote unquote, and I quote, half of humanity or majority of humanity. Now, this guy is somebody who's supposedly, whoever he is, and he does these speeches, and he's very intellect, and he has this outlook on life that everybody seems to be fetching for, and he just has the answers. So this person, it's kind of like The Symptoms, or the cartoon. I forget what it's called, but it's something like that. So this guy, he pretty much says what you just heard. If anything were to take out 10 million people plus, or how many ever people, it wouldn't be a war, it would be a virus. So let's fast forward to nowadays, and this is where we have this. Hold on, I have the timestamp, and then I will show you. So this guy pretty much predicted that there would be a virus if something was needed to kill off humanity, or if something had to take place in order for humanity to go in to some type of decrease rate. This would be the outcome. This would be the effect or the reason
on pandemics now, and there isn't one, say, for another 100 years.
An infection.
What is the next
So now let's hear
disaster? What is the
this.
one that we're
on pandemics
not prepared
now,
for?
and there isn't
Well,
one,
I'd
say, for another
point
100
out
years.
too.
What is the next disaster? What is the one that we're not prepared for? Well, I'd point out too.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it back, guys, because I kind of went too far on. I'm sorry if I keep, interrupting, but I want to keep you guys up to date. So this guy basically, which I was mentioning, he's interviewing Bill Gates, and he asked him, being that it was kind of, unexpected that we had to fight or take it head on, this coronavirus, if there was something to take place next,
like humans have an issue though with fighting the last battle potentially. So if we focus on pandemics now, and there isn't one, say, for another 100 years, what is the next disaster? What is the one that we're not prepared for?
Well, I'd point out too, what is the next disaster? Every year that would be a death toll even greater.
Well, I can't point out two. One is climate change. Every year that would be a death toll even greater than we've had in this pandemic. Also related.
Okay, so he said number one. So one of the things that could possibly, take on humanity is climate change. What is climate change, guys? Heat. That is climate change. Radiation. That is the sun that's leading us back to our big brother. So this is his interpretation, which quote unquote he's always right. This is what I like to think of predictive programming. He's that type of, he's in that type of business. So he's thinking if there was to be some sort of, dramatic pandemic or epidemic even, it would be climate change. And climate change is heat. That is, like, it's sun rays, it's radiation, UVA, UVB, and UVC. And he is telling us that, like I said, he uses big words to, kind of misinterpret people and kind of have them confused, yet on the track, on the same track as him. It's kind of like you have to listen to him or feel him rather to understand. So he's saying that heat could be the next devastation. Hello, is this not like a clear sign that the sun is our big brother? Both suns rather are taking place in a dramatic format. They are reacting now. They have awakened to their true self. Mother Earth has awakened to her true self, and everything is becoming aligned once again. And I have to show you something, guys, which is going to pull me back to this point. And before I forget, let me just hop right on it. I'm so sorry, forgive me, y'all, but I definitely got to show you guys something. And you know what? I'm never ready. So give me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up. I wanted to show you guys the magnetosphere. This is basically the pressure that is surrounding Earth, and I used to do videos on this. I used to, keep you guys or pretty much inform you guys on this. But lately I haven't been, I'm not even gonna lie, but I did see something here. So the radiation, if you guys are interested in this, this guy, World News Report today, he's very intellect, and I definitely would suggest that you guys go tap into his channel because he pretty much keeps you up to date when it comes to the solar weather or the radiation of the sun, the pressure around Earth, that whole nine. But what I did see is that, once again, there is an immense amount of pressure, recorded on the back sides of Earth once again. So it's never where the sun is. It is always on the back side, on the dark side. And as you can see here, if my cursor is, visible, as you can see here, the pressure that is surrounded Earth almost, and then it pretty much stops from where, right up in here, which is where daytime is, or daylight, and that's where the sun is, and that's where the pressure pretty much, is non-visible. So that's what I wanted to point out. So yes, Earth is surrounded by pressure, and I did want to show you guys one more thing. So right here is where the solar winds, pretty much millions. This is right here where my arrow is. Let me pause it. Right here where my arrow is way millions of, like, it's distance behind Earth. And this is actually where, I hope you guys can see my cursor, but this is actually where pressure is still pressuring on the back sides of Earth. So up in here, as you can see, there is definitely pressure. Like if you can see this meter on the right side, this is the scale, and as you can see, yes, there is pressure surrounding all around Earth, but up and through here, the arrows are the direction of the pressure. So I do want you guys to take a look at this. Look at how the arrows, that's his arrow, but I'm gonna show you. He's gonna be playing and pausing the video, and as you can see, the arrows, if you can follow the arrows, when they turn, when they turn around, because you see how some are going this direction, but when they do turn in the direction facing Earth, that's when Earth is receiving that amount of pressure. So when the arrows are facing this way, as you can see right up in here, they will begin to shift, and it is, I'm gonna show you. It's this one. This is way behind Earth, guys. This is so far behind Earth, and maybe even millions of a distance behind Earth. But this is like all up and through here. It's definitely still having a huge effect on Earth. So I had to point that out to you guys. But the Schumann resonance, the whole energy field that is going on in our solar system is immense. It's mind-blowing, and this guy who supposedly knows it all says that if there was to be another conjunction, a great conjunction, or some form of pandemic,
pandemics is
then
something
it could
people don't
possibly
like
be
to talk about much, which is
climate
bioterrorism.
change.
That
And then his
somebody
second
who wants
answer
to
was
cause
this.
damage could
Pandemics
engineer
is something people don't
a
like to
virus.
talk about
And
much, which is bioterrorism. That somebody who wants to cause damage could engineer a virus. And
okay, boom! This was another example of what I just
somebody
said.
who wants to cause damage
This is
don't like
how
to
I
talk
define
about
him,
much.
and I'm gonna pull it
Climate
back so
change,
just in case
every
you
year
didn't
that
catch
would be a
it,
death
you'll
toll even
catch it.
greater
somebody
than
who
we've had in this
wants to
pandemic.
cause damage don't like to
Also
talk
related
about
to
much.
pandemics is
Climate
something
change.
people
Every
don't
year
like to
that would
talk
be a
about
death
much,
toll
which
even
is
greater
bioterrorism.
than
That
we've had in this
somebody who
pandemic.
wants to cause
Also
damage
related
could
to pandemics,
engineer
something people
a
don't like to
virus.
talk
And
about
so
much,
that
which
means
is
the cost, the
bioterrorism. That
chance
somebody
of
who
running into
wants
this
to
is
cause
more than
damage
just the
could
naturally
engineer
caused epidemic.
a virus. And so that means the cost, the chance of running into this is more than just the naturally caused epidemic.
Okay, so what he just said was bioterrorism, which is if someone wanted to cause or create some form of disruption or epidemic rather, to furthermore affect humanity, they could. And this is what he was saying, and it's known as bioterrorism. So he's either saying there could be another, quote unquote, or fake, virus. There could be something created by someone else, bioterrorism, or there could be, a immense amount of radiation or climate change that will affect humanity naturally. So as you can see, he says it not as natural as this one, but it could also be, unnatural or man-made. So I hope you guys are following me here, but he is basically saying that these things that happen amongst this planet, not all things that happen that, affect everybody is natural. It's not all a natural cause. And some of it is actually man-made or, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Predictive. It's predictive programming, and it is pretty much, it's like a switch. Okay, are you guys ready to, pretty much affect America or affect this part of the country or affect this part of the world, because it's that time. We need that, energy, or we need that reaction, or we need this money, to do this. And this is where the gas comes in. So you got people who's hoarding gas, but yet they're giving back the money to the people, the deities, the elites. So you got to look at how these people play these mind games, and initiative or their intention behind what is actually going on. So these people create, like I mentioned in my previous video, they create a problem and give you a solution. So that's how you are being manipulated, being controlled. Now let me show you guys this. Do I even have it up? Dang it, I don't have it up, guys. I'm so sorry. So there was a video that was pretty much, oh my goodness, I have to have it up. Like there's no way I don't have it up.
Pipeline said it was fully up and running again.
Pipeline. Oh, okay, here it is. Here it is.
Nearly $5 million in ransom. A U.S. official told NBC News.
Please hear this video out, guys.
Seems like the most efficient way to get back online, but according to the FBI, when you pay an attacker, others line up to do the same thing.
Paying off the attacker seems like the most efficient way to get back online, but according to the FBI, when you pay an attacker, others line up to do the same thing.
President Biden spoke about the pipeline attack just hours after signing an executive order.
Prolific payment of ransoms encourages ransomware.
President Biden spoke about the pipeline attack just hours after signing an executive
order. So basically what happened here, if you guys have heard about the hacker pipeline, they pretty much said they've been hacked and then they paid the hackers to, give it back. That doesn't even make sense. That's just like somebody hacking your Instagram account and then you're paying them to give it back. That's gonna encourage somebody to do that so that you can pay them. They're not demanding what they say that they are. If the United States is supposed to be the top dogs or the most important or influential state or country of America, of the world, why are they paying the Russians to furthermore give them back something that was stolen or that was taken over? It doesn't add up, and it definitely does not make sense. So that means this is a one world government and that everything is planned, everything is, for each other. It's like it's not every man for itself. It's literally a one group of people who is sitting in a room, pretty much giving us these problems and then trying to give us the solution, like I mentioned before. So their whole thing, their whole gig, their whole job is to furthermore wipe off humanity or to decrease humanity, and it's definitely not as many people. These people say there's billions and millions of people on this planet, and let me just tell you guys this, they are definitely lying. It is definitely not that many people on this planet. And you know what, they also are so quick to say that we are running out of land. There's not enough space. We are actually overpopulated. But you notice when you get on a plane or when you're driving down the street, you see a big field, a big open field, nothing but grass, a big open land of just emptiness. Not saying tear down every tree and build a home, but are we really overpopulated? Because if we were, there would literally be no land. There would be nowhere for anybody to go. I cannot mention a time where I have been on a plane and I haven't seen nothing but land. So these are some things that you guys should think about, because they tell us something, but yet their intentions are different. And this is the type of person that we are dealing with when we have this Bill Gates character, because he's somebody that has everybody's eyes on him, and he gives these people these answers. Well, he gives these people these problems and he gives them these answers. So this guy here he's using big words to just furthermore confuse people. And if you're not one of the people who has an open mind, you think for yourself and you kind of overthink things, you will never catch it.
Let's look at the progression of Ebola over this year.
What else do we have here?
About 10,000 people died.
Let's look at the progression of Ebola over this year.
There's three reasons why it didn't spread more.
Died,
the first is there was a lot of heroic work by the health workers. They found the people and they prevented more infections.
Why it didn't spread more.
The second is the nature of the virus. Ebola does not spread through the air.
They found the people
and by
and
the
they
time you're
prevented more infections.
Contagious, most people are so sick that they're bedridden.
Ebola does not spread through the air.
Third,
and by the time you're contagious,
into many urban areas.
Most people are so sick that they're bedridden.
If it had gotten into a lot more urban areas, the case numbers would have been much larger.
Into many urban areas.
So next time we might not be so lucky.
If it had gotten into a lot more urban areas,
you can have a virus
the case numbers would have been
well
much larger.
They're infectious.
So next time we might not be so lucky.
They go to a market.
You can have a virus where people feel well enough while they're infectious that they get on a plane or they go to a market.
And this is where you have the coronavirus, and this is why they broadcasted us when they first introduced us to this virus that, you may not know that you have it. It is a it is a upper respiratory infection, and it's gonna have an effect on your entire breathing system, and you're not gonna know that you're sick until it's too late, because your lungs are gonna be filled with fluids and all of these different things, basically trying to say that you don't know that you have the coronavirus until you know that you have the coronavirus. And that's what he's saying here, and that's what he was warning us in a sense, once again, that this new virus, which as you can see, this is the original video, and it was 2015. This guy was basically saying, yes, the Ebola wasn't maybe it wasn't air traveled or air spread, meaning that it like it is now. You don't have to breathe on somebody and they'll quote unquote get this virus. But now it is that type of virus, and now this is the new creation. So being that if you do cough on somebody, or you do breathe on somebody, or you do shake somebody's hand, it may as well just have been spread. That's the new spread. That's the new way. So he's basically saying, in a sense, that maybe Ebola wasn't super widespread and it didn't have much more of an effect as this virus that may happen, soon.
The source of the virus could be a natural epidemic like Ebola, or it could be bioterrorism.
Let me finish playing this, and then I'm gonna wrap this video up.
The source of the virus could be a natural epidemic like Ebola, or it could be bioterrorism.
And there's that word bioterrorism again. As you can see, he uses these words, occur like a lot, and he has his way of words. He's a mind. He's a word master. He has a good way of speech, but his intentions are too loud. And like I said, if you don't pick up on it, it'll go right over your head. And basically, what he's saying is, if it's not a natural virus, that it's actually effective and it has an effect on people for real, then it can be furthermore created, bioterrorism, by someone who feels the need to wipe off humanity, to keep humanity under a certain amount of control. And this is where you have the statue. If you can see here, there is actually a statue in Georgia that says, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Now, I pulled this up, previously in one of my older videos, but as you can see, these people have a plan. They are on a script. They're sticking to the script too. And it's exactly what it's called. It's exactly the way that I said it, predictive programming. These people, just like they can predict the weather and they can have that effect on the weather, they can furthermore try to cover up the sun if it tries to go, differently. These people have this script that they wrote. And just like The Simpsons, that cartoon that I was telling you guys about, that wasn't a coincidence. Like, this is a one world government, and they put the truth in movies, like they put the truth in songs, they put the truth in books, they put the truth in plain sight, like this. And they stick to it. They stick to the script, and this is a actual monument, or rather a statue, that furthermore says exactly what they are trying to do here. So they create a problem like we have now today, and they created a solution as well. So as you can see, this is a movie in 2011, and this is definitely not the only movie. And I'm not gonna play this movie because I know what they're probably gonna try to do with this video, because I can't play movies or songs in my videos. But I need you guys to go look up this movie right now. It is called Contagion, or whatever, and it was actually created in the year of 2011, and it definitely it calls out to now. So if you guys are interested in that predictive programming type of thing, like The Simpsons, this is definitely one that is all for it as well. And this has a lot to do with nowadays. So please go look this video up, and you will find that it spoke a lot. And it was made in 2011, so almost 11 years ago, or 10 years ago. But I think that is it. I'm trying to see is there anything else I wanted to touch on, which I don't think so. But these people have agendas to serve here, guys, and like I mentioned earlier, we are in the dark ages now, so a lot of things are going to be, just out of the blue, random and upfront. So it's definitely going to be for you to be aware and stay woke. I don't like to use that term anymore now that I've found out what it truly means to stay woke. But, just stay aware and keep your third eye open, rather, and just be, alert when it comes to this world and all the things that they are trying to implement, and furthermore push down our throats, overall. But you guys are very intelligent. I know that you guys are very aware, and this world is waking up more and more. We are coming back into God mode, back into our true consciousness, our natural consciousness, our natural way of being. So they are trying to do any and everything to stop that, or to slow it down, to pretty much do any and everything to discipline or affect it. So, they're not gonna win. They're not gonna no. Like, they're fighting with the sun. Like, how? How do you think that's gonna turn out? But anyways, guys, I've been babbling off for long enough. I hope you guys got some real important facts from this video. I hope you guys, have a better or newer outlook on, the things that they have been trying to force upon us. And, you kind of overstand it and see it from a higher perspective. But anyways, yeah, these zombies are here, definitely. So yeah, be aware, be cautious, stay aware, watch out for these nanotechnologies that are not only in the sky but within people, because they are getting they're getting this new, medicine in them. So that's going to start coming out. That's going to start showing effect on people, not to laugh at it, but it's the truth. So sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. But anyways, I hope that I touched on everything. I'm gonna be so mad if I stop this video and I be like, dang, I want to talk about that. But anyways, yeah, peace, love, and light. I love you guys so much, and I truly value your time.